Alright guys, well, this is a video where I show you guys the damage we caused with the failed transmission install. What do you think of my screw up?
What do I think of it?
And getting everything prepped for pulling the motor to replace the lower or upper and lower oil pans. Upper is the only one that got damaged, but we'll have to do both of them obviously. And yeah, I'll show you guys underneath. I've already got engine harness undone, power steering undone, coolant is drained, evap lines, booster line. And then besides that, I'll get the radiator hoses off here before we pull it, and the exhaust. It's pretty much all you need on the M113, and then we got to figure out what type of maneuvering we're gonna have to do in the position we're in. So yeah, but as far as down here, are you just trying to see how far the tool is going in?
Yeah.
So we're seeing what kind of got hurt, if anything, and it looks like, don't see much. Looks like basically it just got caught on the splines. I don't even think the front of the shaft went into the bearing at all. It just got caught up on the splines before it ever went through. So yeah. You think that spline will be okay?
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's
okay.
Fine.
It's a little chewed
If
up.
that's what it got caught up. Just that little bit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna hurt anything. We can clean that up.
Yeah. Just file it up a little bit, but the damage is over here. It's harder to see the crack now because it's kind of closed now that the transmission is not hanging, but it's basically cracked. Oh, all from here, basically just all the way over. It's like a hairline crack going through the whole thing, all the way on the backside, and just enough it reached where the oil was and let everything gush out. So we just did the rear main seal, you guys saw that. So I'll have to see if I can get away with just siliconing the bottom part of that plate, or if I need to redo that whole thing, I can do it. I bought a new plate just in case, but at least from the looks of it right now, clutch and the bearings inside of the flywheel look okay. So all we gotta do is rip an engine out. It's not so bad. Yeah.
It's really not all that bad, I don't think.
No, I don't. Everyone said they're pretty easy. The M113s, these motors are pretty easy to pull. So, well, last thing is the exhaust. We'll get our primaries undone. Probably just leave the exhaust hanging pretty much where it is. And yeah, the biggest challenge I think we're gonna have is just our space and figuring out what to do. So, check back in a bit. Alright guys, and a special thank you to Josh, Mercedes Swap Shop. Thank you, brother. He sent out, he has a bunch of the upper oil pans. Well, he has a few, but his car, the Crossfire, can't use the double sump or dual sump. It has to use a single one, so he always ends up swapping out the upper pans. So he had some, and thankfully sent one out. So I'm going to take this out, we'll see what we got, and make sure it's the correct thing. But according to him, and from my studies too, there's only 2 upper pans ever used on the M113. It's either dual sump or single sump. So the lower pans, there's a little more variety. Luckily, the lower pan is okay on this because it is unique to the C55 and the CLK55. It looks like, but the upper pan should be okay. So let me pull this out, see what we got. All right, guys, there is our pan. Big thank you to Josh again. The part number right there, 113 0 14 12 02. I don't know if these are the exact same part number that is on the C55, but hopefully this is the correct one we need. So a little dusty, but that's all right. We'll be able to clean it up and get it good to go. Also, funny story, when this showed up to the door, my son thought we got a new TV, even though we don't need a new TV, but Josh shipped it in a TV box, appropriate size. Funny. Okay guys, I think we got it pretty much all ready to go. Belt is off, hoses are off, AC compressor is undone, harness, the starter cables, those go right back here to the battery, so there's little clips on the back, don't forget there's 2 of them, and then obviously undo the wiring to the starter. Mike also pulled the starter out, and then besides that, exhaust, did those. Everything down below is 13 millimeters, right?
Yeah.
For the exhaust and for the engine mounts on the bottom. So we should be good to go. I don't think we're going to do it tonight. We're going to go set the thing up. Mike just went and picked up the 2-ton Harbor Freight hoist earlier. And we already had an engine stand that I bought actually for him a while ago. So yeah, we're going to end up using the engine hoist for this and for the next upcoming project too. So figured why not. Hoping I could find a deal, Facebook Marketplace, but it didn't happen in time. So yeah, we'll prep it, get the thing built or whatever we got to do, and figure out what we're going to try to game plan for tomorrow to pull this thing. All right guys, here we go. Like I said, Mike went and picked this up today. I owe him some money for it. I think we're half in it, so we both have it. He also grabbed a leveler, and I bought this for him a long time ago, and we just haven't used it, so it's going to come in handy now. This is a 2-ton. You could probably use the 1-ton, but figured it's better to just have a little bit of extra precaution.
I'm going to hang the big block shove off.
Yeah, he has some heavy motors, and plus, like, if we try to do the supercharged motor at any point, that's a lot heavier. It's like an extra almost 100 pounds. So yeah, it'll be good to have the extra capacity. All right, this is what you get inside of the box. All the pieces you get to build together. So
not too bad.
Yeah, luckily it's all giant pieces, so should be pretty easy. Anyways, catch you after. All right guys, ta-da, we got it. Wasn't too bad to put together, to be honest. Pretty simple. A lot of giant bolts and giant pieces, so pins go on the bottom. Anyone's watching this is going to build one. And there's 2 skinnier bolts that hold the bottom of the boomstick down. Besides that, pretty good. And then this is a leveler Mike got. Came with chains in the box, so in case we are able to mount up the transmission on the engine before we put it back in, this will make doing so easier. And besides that, that's about it. I'll put this thing together as well, so I can rest it on there once we get it out. But game plan is tomorrow, get this thing ripped out in the morning. Alright guys, well, Mike's heading out. I'm wearing a mask all the time because if you guys watched the video on Wednesday, I was praying that I didn't get sick, but I ended up getting sick a little bit, so I just trying to make sure I don't get him sick. My sister's visiting soon with her baby, so anyways, she's gonna be staying with my parents. Don't want to get anybody sick, so yeah, I think that's it. Got this thing all built. I think our game plan tomorrow, it's like just not tall enough right here for our hood to stay propped up, but it goes up pretty much all the way. It just barely doesn't click into place, so I'm gonna rope it, tie it around the beams up here to keep the hood all the way up, and we think we'll have enough room to get it out where it is right now without taking off the race ramps, because if we have to do that, it's just gonna be a hassle because we're gonna have to take it off the race ramps, put it back on them to get the transmission in. Anyways, it'll just be easier. So we'll try it like that. If it doesn't work out, then we'll lower the front, put it on jacks, and then go from there. But that's it, guys. I'm happy that the transmission is totally fine. The clutch is totally fine. I was getting worried the longer I had to sit and wait to find out what exactly my failure looked like. I was getting really worried that, you know, the clutch was going to be damaged or the flywheel was going to be damaged, something. But thank God, thank the heavens, the universe. I mean, I paid a price for it, definitely, but the price that I paid, with everything considered, I will take it. I'm excited to see what the engine looks like outside and, you know, be able to refresh it even further than what I did up top. So can't really take it as anything else other than just a learning lesson. And yeah, it's been more so in the past like week and a half. It's been, what day is it today? Saturday? It's been a week and a half, basically, almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks of after failure swimming. And I think the hardest part was just staying patient because I didn't have anybody to help me pull the trans back out and then get everything prepared. I had to wait till my mom and Mike got back home, and he was here to help me out. So always very appreciative to have Mike, and he's the one that's basically taught me how to do it, any of this. So I have no business doing any of this without, you know, what I've learned from him, and his help is gonna be the key to getting this sorted out. So yeah, once again, he's got me out of mini jams, and I'm sure this won't be the last, but I'm very thankful always to have his help and just have him in my life. So that's it. This thing is getting ready to boogie. I think I'm gonna split this up, so I'll catch you guys in the next episode. We'll do like a proper episode of engine pulling in your C55. This one was just kind of preliminary, seeing what the damage was and getting prepared. But we're squared away now. Boom. Boom. Transmission safe. Boom. That thing is all good, ready to go. See you on the next episode. For me, catch myself in the morning. Love you guys. Peace.